Look, man. All you people that are crying and complaining and trying to have a voice about what Triple H is doing in terms of why is Triple H bringing back so many people? There's too many returns. Look here, bitch. My answer to you is, how about fuck you? Okay, shut the fuck up. Fuck you. You know why? Last year, didn't you people demonize Vince McMahon for cutting all of your favorite jobbers? He was looked at as the evil villain. They were looked at as the evil company. You guys were begging for Triple H to be in charge. You was crying to me. Every video I made, you was crying about why was Vince cutting all these people? Who do they have left? I can't wait for them to go to AEW. Okay, now Triple H he's in charge now. He's bringing back all of your favorite wrestlers. He's trying to cater to you, and you are still complaining? Like I said, fuck you, man. It's like this is why people laugh at wrestling fans. See, this is why I call myself a casual fan of pro wrestling. I ain't no hardcore. I never will be. If you are complaining that he's bringing back too many returns, those same returns, right? Those same returns that you people last year was crying over. Why did Vince let them go? Vince is evil. Why did he let go Dexter Loomis? Why he let go Karrion Kross? Why he let go Swerve? Why did he cut Hit Row? But look back in hindsight, all the people he did cut, what did they do after they left if they were so special? Last time I checked, they ain't doing shit in All Elite Wrestling. So my whole point is, bitch, I'm tired of you people. You can't have it both ways. You can't complain that Vince is cutting too many people, and then by next year you are saying Triple H is bringing back too many people that his father-in-law cut. You see, the hypocrisy is at an all-time high with you morons. It's at an all-time high, man. I'm seeing videos saying he's bringing back too many people. The same people you was crying over that Vince got rid of. Shouldn't you be happy he's bringing back all of your favorite jobbers? You should be happy as fuck. Like, what is you people are bipolar. That's bipolar-like behavior. You're mad this year, thereby fucking next year, you are still mad. So you were complaining that Vince was cutting all of your favorite jobbers. Then by next year, H takes over. He's bringing back all those people, and you were complaining that he's bringing back. I'm at loss for words, man. My fucking God. Triple H is doing a good job, man. He's catering to all you fucking incels who was crying last year about why was the WWF cutting all these people. Okay, he's bringing back all those people, man. Keep your fucking mouth shut or just don't watch the product. So these are my top 5 things. If Triple H was in charge years ago, these 5 things would have happened or would have never happened. So my number 1 choice is Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. I don't know why it took Vince damn near 4 to 5 years to have these guys have a goddamn match. That is a travesty, man. That made 0 sense. Dog, Bobby Lashley said it with his own mouth that the only reason he came back was to face Brock Lesnar. Okay, why did you make him wait 4 years? Like, why? Lashley is he is a goddamn clone of Brock Lesnar. If you Google Black Lesnar, guess what it says? It says Bobby Lashley in the search results. I swear to God. Try it out. These These guys should have wrestled in his first year coming back to the WWF. It made no sense. Like, everybody was so pissed off when Bobby Lashley lost to Reigns. Remember? I think it was back in 2018 or 2017. I think it was going into SummerSlam. We were supposed to get Brock versus Bobby Lashley, but Bobby lost, so they went with Roman versus Brock. A match that, at that time, nobody wanted to see. So everybody was pissed off. I was pissed off. I'm like, bro, like, this is a money match. Like, why do you not want to see Brock versus Bobby Lashley? Then there was this rumor saying that, oh, it's because Vince doesn't want Brock to lose to Lashley, which is stupid. It's like, dog, Brock does not care who he beats or who he loses against. So why are you avoiding that match? See, now we are getting Brock and Bobby part 2. Knowing damn well this should have happened. Look, these guys should have had multiple matches back in 2017, 2018, etc. Like, why did Vince make us wait all these years? See, if Vince McMahon, look, if Triple H was in charge years ago, we would have had Brock versus Bobby Lashley. And you could make the argument, maybe Lashley would have been our first ever black WWE champion and not Kofi Kingston. See, that shit does make you think. Maybe it should have been Bobby Lashley and not Kofi Kingston. I think Triple H would have went with I think he would have went with Bobby Lashley to be the first black WWE World Champion. So that is my first choice on what Triple H would have done or would have changed. My number 2 choice is, if Triple H was in charge of the whole company years ago, I truly believe that Adam Coleslaw would have never went to NXT. Look, the only reason why Triple H made the black and gold brand so special was to spite Vince McMahon. Come on, man. That's why Vince was burying all of his black and gold guys on the main roster. Come on, man. We all knew what was going on behind the scenes. Triple H was trying to spite Vince. He was trying to show Vince, look, I know how to book a better show than you do. So that's why you saw guys like Adam Coleslaw, Johnny G, Ciampa, guys like that staying down there for like 4 years, right? Because Triple H didn't want those guys to go anywhere. Those guys were his bread and butter. But I guarantee you this, if Triple H was in charge of Raw and SmackDown years ago, dog, Adam Coleslaw, he would still be there. He would have never went to NXT. This dude would have came straight from he would have came straight from ROH to Raw or SmackDown. That's how high Triple H was on Adam Coleslaw. Guys like Kevin Owens, dudes like that, Joe, Rude. Look, I truly believe if Triple H was in charge, come on, man, freaking Bobby Roode would have went straight to Raw or SmackDown, based on the fact that, bro, he was like what, almost 40? So why would he go to fucking NXT when he was about to reach 40 years old? What was the point of that? Because Triple H wanted to use him on NXT, because that show was his own company, really. Triple H looked at NXT like that was his main show. So he wanted all the best talents, no matter how old they were. Even though, in hindsight, Rude should have went straight to the main roster. But back then, Triple H had no control of the main roster. So he was trying to stack his show up from top to bottom with talent. Guys like Joe, Rude, Balor, guys like that. But if he would have been in charge of Raw, SmackDown, come on, dog. all these top-notch black and gold guys, they would have never stepped foot in NXT. They would have went straight to the main roster because Triple H wants to stack his show from top to bottom. Look at Raw and look at SmackDown right now. He's trying to stack both shows up from top to bottom. Look, you can make the argument. I don't think Triple H gives a damn about NXT. Not right now. See, look, because he's trying to stack Raw, he's trying to stack SmackDown. If he sees a guy that he thinks can draw him some numbers or has huge upside potential, guess what? He is going to take him away from Shawn Michaels. See, now the tables have turned now. Why would Triple H want to stack up NXT? It's like, bro, he's not in charge of NXT. He's in charge of Raw and SmackDown. His job is to make Raw and SmackDown the best show possible. So now, he might be trying to take tons of talent away from Shawn Michaels. Like, why not? See, now the tables have turned now. I don't think he cares about making NXT stronger. That's not his job anymore. So, I feel like guys like Adam Coleslaw, dudes like that, they would have went straight to the main roster. They would have never been in NXT. Like, why? Why would Triple H want to build up fucking NXT? Knowing that, bro, your job is to draw numbers for Raw and SmackDown. You see what I'm saying? See, now the tables have finally turned now. Right? So that is my 2 choice. My number 3 choice, come on, man, this is obvious. If H was in charge years ago, we would have had a heel Reigns years ago. I feel like Triple H would have heard what the fans were saying, and he would have turned Roman heel back in 2015, 2016, 2017, etc. He would have turned Roman Reigns heel years ago. It would have been obvious, like, bro, we have no choice but to turn you heel. These fans don't like you. You need a clean, fresh start. Come on, man. When it comes to H, he's not a dumbass. He heard what the fans were saying. Dog, the fans hated Roman Reigns. So he would have treated Roman Reigns like his class project. He would have just said, you know what, Roman, we will turn you heel for like 2-3 years. Then eventually we will turn you back into a face, because right now the fans hate you. So we have to do something to make your character better. You need a clean, fresh start. If H was in charge years ago, bro, he would have never been stubborn. He would have turned Roman Reigns heel damn near after he beat the goddamn Undertaker. Okay, let that sink in. If it was up to Triple H, he would have turned Roman Reigns heel after WrestleMania when he beat the goddamn Undertaker. That was the perfect time to turn that man heel. So that's just an example of, if H was in charge years ago, we would have had a heel Reigns years ago. So that's 3. My fourth choice is, if H was in charge years ago, I feel like Bray Wyatt would still be that same Bray Wyatt. He would have been the eater of worlds still to this day. I don't think he would have had, multiple character changes. There would never be a Fiend. There would never be anything else. He would still be that cult leader, and I feel like we would still have the Wyatt family. That's just my opinion. Because there's no way in hell Triple H would have booked Wyatt as a loser. Vince was booking Bray as a loser, right? Talk a big game, then lose to Finn Balor. Talk a big game, then lose to Seth Rollins. Talk a big game, then lose to the goddamn New Day. Remember that? Talk a big game, then lose to Randy Orton. Talk a big game, then lose to Daniel Bryan. Talk a big game, then lose to John Cena at WrestleMania. Right? It was like, dog, it got to a point where even Stone Cold said that, you know what? the more he takes these losses, the more the crowd is not going to take him seriously with these promos. Like, look, he said Bray can't talk his ass off. Look, I think Stone Cold said that he kind of reminds him of Jake the Snake Roberts when it comes to his promos, which is true. But he said, look, he can't keep taking pins. He can't keep taking losses. Eventually, his promos are not going to mean anything. Like, why is he losing matches? See, Triple H, he prides himself on being logical, booking his top guy strong. There would have been no way in hell Bray would take tons of pins against tons of people. He would have never taken a pin to Matt Hardy, right? For some reason, Vince had a gripe about Bray Wyatt. I don't know why, but if H was in charge, we would still have the Eater of Worlds, and we would still have the Wyatt family. That would have never changed. So that is my fourth choice. My fifth choice, my last option, my last opinion about this list. I feel like if H was in charge years ago, I feel like Mr. Cody Rhodes would have never left. Remember, back then, he felt like he left because Vince didn't have faith in him as a main eventer. He never dissed Triple H. He was dissing Vince. He felt like Vince had no faith in him, so he wanted to branch out, so he left and made a name for himself. If H was still there, there would have been no way Cody Rhodes would have left. Because, look, there's an article, right, where I read that he said that his all-time favorite wrestler was Triple H. That's what Rhodes said. That's what Cody Rhodes, he said his all-time favorite wrestler was Triple H. So why the hell would he leave? Right? Obviously he left because he didn't like how the way Vince was making him lose. He didn't like how the way Vince was booking his character. So he wanted to prove Vince wrong, like, look, bro, I'm a main eventer. So that's why he left. But dog, I feel like if H was in charge, he would have talked Cody Rhodes into staying. Cody would have never left. Like, why? Especially when his dad had a high influence on NXT, right? Remember, Dusty had a high influence on NXT. I mean, dog, Dusty has his own goddamn statue. So obviously, H loves the Rhodes family. So why the hell would he bury Rhodes? Why the hell would he bury his son? Why the hell would he bury Cody Rhodes? Like Vince did back in the day, which led to Cody Rhodes leaving. I feel like if H was in charge, Cody would have never left. Triple H would have talked him into staying, just like he did Ray. Remember, just like he did Ray on last Friday. Remember, Ray was trying to quit, right? But H, he talked him out of it. That's what Triple H does. When you want to leave, Triple H tries to talk you into staying. He would have done that with Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes had tons of upside. Like, obviously, right? Look at him now. Cody Rhodes, he's realizing all his upside. So that is a prime example. I feel like H would have talked him into staying. And honestly, you could make the argument there would have been no damn Stardust. If H was in charge, there was no way he was going to turn him into goddamn Stardust. So there's tons of things that if H was in charge years ago, we would have never seen ever. I was like, what would be the point if H turned him into damn Stardust, right? Never. He would have never turned him into Stardust. Look at L.A. Knight, right? Look. He went from being a maximum male model to now he's back as L.A. Knight. See? Because when it comes to Triple H, he doesn't like corny characters. He doesn't like cringe, corny characters that do not relate to the audience. So I feel like a guy like a L.A. Knight, he would have never changed his character. Same as Cody Rhodes. He would have never turned into Stardust ever. So that is my top 5 list of things that H would have changed or would have not changed. All right, I'm done.